Good morning, everyone. Welcome to our Saturday morning practice. Look forward to spending an hour and a half together practicing our body, our chi, and the mind. So today is the practice is Jing, the QiGong practice at the very end. So we'll pair that with finger exercise, finger massage. And so we're going to start with the left hand using the thumb on the right hand, using this piece of bone here, right here, this joint here. So we're going to focus on one finger at a time and one joint at a time. Now remember now that everything that we do here is meditation. Meditation doesn't isn't just sitting down. It involves exercise as well. Just have to anchor your mind onto your body, focus on this body, massage one joint at a time, massage the front, the left, come back to the center, back to the right, all the time focusing on the sensation, the change in your body, any pain, sweat, numbness, heat, tightness. Okay. Now, turns out that massaging the fingers are very, very important to um, clear the chi, the energy line in your system. And ultimately, it relieves the pain, not just in your fingers, but the entire body. Because the Chinese believe that the pain comes from inflammation, and inflammation comes from the fact that your energies are not clear, they're blocked. Okay, now we're going to use the left finger, left thumb, working on the right finger one at a time, and make sure that you are entirely focused on your body. So when we say mindfulness meditation, it basically means anchoring your mind onto either your body or your breath, depending on if you're stationary. If you're stationary, meaning that you're sitting, you're lying down. We're going to be doing lying down meditation today. Or you're standing, then you anchor your mind onto your breath. Now we're going to flip the hand so the palm is facing down. Continue to use the right thumb to work on the left hand, one joint at a time. But then when you're moving, whether you're walking or exercising, then it's important that you anchor your mind onto your body. So as you know, we are starting to have nightly practice, a simple swing arm exercise to improve our sleep, 8:30 p.m. my time, Pacific time, every night, except Friday. And of course, while I'm here, we won't have nightly class, and so we will resume on Tuesday. So one of the questions that was asked, which was a first question, that when we're doing this simple exercise, can we watch TV? Can we listen to podcasts? Can we listen to music? That's a very good question. Okay, now we finished with the joints, so we were going to work on the fingertips, but first we're going to start in the back of the hand. So we can take the right hand and locate the two corners of the fingernail and just kind of squeeze that, and there are energy points there, one at a time. And then now we're going to use the left hand and again squeeze the two corners of the finger tip. And then now we're going to learn to massage the top of the hand. Now you notice that the fingers, they come together, right? They come together and then eventually join at the elbow, not elbow, I mean the wrist. So first we're going to locate the knuckle, and then in between the knuckle there's an energy point there. So you massage that. You feel a little bit sore, right? So, and then what we're going to do is we're going to follow these two pieces of bone until they join at the wrist, and just kind of massage in between them. Okay. Same thing on the other side, in between the knuckle, and then massage in between the bones before they join together at the wrist. Okay. Now, once they join at the wrist, and if you take your thumb and you feel it, there's two dimple, and those are energy point as well. Okay. And then there's one actually right at the bottom of the thumb at the wrist. Okay, you feel it? That's good, huh? Okay, now same thing on the other side. And once the bones join together, one, two, okay, and then when the thumb comes together, and there's one right here. There's one right here. Okay, now press that. Now I'm going to put the hands together. Okay, there's the center, the palm fit on the top of the hand, and then kind of squeeze the fingers a little bit, and then kind of massage the palm, the back of the hand, as well as in between the fingers, and then the other way. Okay. All right. So now we're going to continue to work on the fingers, but this time we're going to work from this side. Okay. And so we're back to the tip of the fingers now. Okay. So there are 10 of them, important energy points. And then go over here, work on that, work on that. All right. So we're going to take the fingers and just kind of stretch them as hard as we can, as hard as we can. And then we're going to make a fist. So we're going to fold the fist, but we do that one joint, two joint, and then we're going to lock it with the thumb, and we're going to squeeze it as hard as we can. And then we're going to open up and relax, completely relax. Second time, roll the fist and squeeze as hard as we can. And then one last time, relax, roll the fist, and squeeze as hard as you can. All right. Now, the next one is a simple exercise, but it's actually a very famous QiGong exercise. And it's just pinching the fingers. So we take the thumb and the index finger and we squeeze as hard as we can. Then the thumb and the middle finger and squeeze as hard as we can, and then the ring finger, squeeze, and then the pinky, squeeze. And then we come back, and wherever the thumb rests on the finger, wherever it is, it could be on a joint, it could be in between the joint, doesn't matter. And we're going to squeeze, middle finger, squeeze, and then squeeze, and then last one, squeeze. Okay, now this is very famous Qigong exercise. Actually, is populated by a professor from Taiwan who had suffered a stroke. And it turns out that this exercise really allows the circulations and eventually recover from the stroke. So this is very famous. Now we continue. So now let's put the palm together. Okay, fingers touching. Push as hard as you can, and then bring the hands down. So you feel the pressure on the wrist. Bring it down. Oh, okay. Now come back. We're going to start tapping. And we're going to tap at the fingertips first. So when you do that, I want you to stretch out the fingers, okay? So you can feel the vibration. Now, focus entirely on the fingertip. Anchor your mind onto the fingertip. Get ready, 30 times. Okay, now we're going to cross the fingers. So the tip has 10 energy points, and then in between the fingers have 8 energy points. So get ready, 30 times. Okay, now we're going to work on the palm. So I spoke about the energy lines. They're yang and yin. Yang is the presence of the sun. So this you can imagine that back in the days when we were working living in the cave, that when we're outside the cave and being exposed by the sun, that's when we energize our sympathetic nerve, right? Fight or flight. Whereas the inside away from the sun, when we're inside back into the cave, then we are exercising the parasympathetic nerve, right? The rest and digest. So inside is the yin, absence of the sun. This one is energy line that we name after the heart, except that in this case it's the mental side. And then this one is the thumb, which is the energy line that we name after the lung. So it's actually not quite accurate to refer the energy line in terms of the organ, but it's more accurate to refer them to the element. So the heart is the fire, and then the lung is the mineral. Okay. All right. So now we're going to work on these two energy points. This one has to do the mental state. So we're going to put the hands together. This is the meaty part, right? We're going to put that together, forming a V with our hand. And we're going to tap that 30 times right here. Okay, get ready, go. Now we're going to do the opposite. This is the thumb, right? There's a meaty part right here. So this is the energy line that we name after a mineral or the lung. So we're going to put that together, forming the V again with the hand 30 times. Okay. Now this is what we call the yin, the absence of the sun. That's the yang. This is the presence of the sun. So on the or if you want, it's the masculine and the feminine. It's not good or bad, right? Just one side versus the other. And so the yang side of the heart, the mental side, is the small intestine. So we all know how happy we are when we eat. It makes sense. And then the yang side of the lung is the large intestine, because the lung is not just for breathing, it's actually to take the nutrient and distribute to our body. So if you're taking in the nutrient, you got to take out the weight, the waste. So the opposite side of that is the large intestine. Okay, it's very interesting. So we're going to work on this side. Now, it turns out that this energy point is right here, right? Right here, exposed to the sun. So if you fold your palm, you notice that there's a line and it's right here. So we're going to put that together. Now, this time we lay the palm flat, okay? And then we're going to roll the fist, but don't hold it really tight, just kind of loose like this, okay? 30 times. Okay, now we're going to work on the large intestine. The large intestine has an energy point here called the merging valley. So if you take your head like this, you notice that there's a bump here, but when you open it, it forms a valley, right? And so it's in the valley, but towards the index finger. So it's right here, right here. So we take this energy point, that's a small intestine, we put that on top of the large intestine, and then we're going to do that 30 times. Okay, now it's opposite. Remember now, when you put them together, there's a bump. When you open it, there's a valley. And then towards the index finger. Okay, get ready? Go. Okay, so it turns out that this energy point is a very famous one. It has multi-purpose. Um, for example, it's the energy point that releases natural painkiller. So if you have pain in the shoulder, or when you have a muscle cramp, this is good. This is a good energy point. It's also the energy point that helps you to reduce your blood pressure. Okay. Now there's an opposite of that between your big toe and the second toe. We'll get to that. And together, the four energy points, they're very famous for reducing blood pressure, because blood pressure basically comes from two sources. One is that has to do with your lung or heart capacity. You're not sending enough oxygen into your brain. The other one is that you're under a lot of stress, right? Your adrenaline tend to pump your heart and increases your heart blood pressure. Anyway, so let's learn how to massage this point, or putting pressure on that, doing some acupressure. Now, many of my students are elderly. They have a hard time using their body. So we're going to do this. So we put it together. You hold your fist like this. You take the right thumb, you lay it on top of this energy point, and you press down. You feel a little bit of sore tenderness. Okay. Now, next time when you have muscle cramps, just do that. Okay. And then you will find that magically the pain released. Although this point hurts like hell. And maybe it's just transfer of attention. Anyway, now you take this one and you put that on over here. Okay, put that over here and just press in. So it's the valley. Put your thumb on top of the valley, and when you push towards the index finger. Okay. All right. So now we're going to learn to understand the energy points along a few important energy line. We're going to start with the large intestine. So as it travels up, let's do one. The very famous one is the palm at the bend. All right. So when you bend your elbow, you use the right thumb, you press down. All right. There's energy point right here. Same thing on the other side. You press down. Okay, that's a very favorite famous one. The other famous one is you see this shoulder, this bend in the shoulder. You measure 4 fingers, and then right in here you put your 4 fingers and you just press in. Now, some of you, if you don't have enough strength, you just take your left hand, you put that on right below your right elbow. That way, you're not hanging your elbow, and you just focus on the fingers and just press in. Okay, or okay. Now the other side, come down 4 fingers, press in. Take your right hand, hold your left elbow, and just really focus on pressing it. It hurts. Okay, so that's the large intestine. The other one that I want you to know is the heart. Back to the heart, mental side, right? Especially when you want to get a good night's sleep. So many of you come to my evening class, come for the purpose of improving your sleep. This is a good energy point to think about. So back to the wrist, put your fingers on right below the pinky. You find that there's in between, right? There's a tendon here and a tendon here in between. So this is a very famous one for improving your sleep. And then kind of massage about 3, 4 fingers worth. Okay. Same over here. Press in between, right? In between, and then massage. All right. So this is there's 2 more, and then also there's 3 more on the elbow. All right. So there's another before we're going to be doing some scraping to kind of just cover all that energy point. But before we do that, there's one that you should know also. So if you take the wrist, you measure 3 fingers, you put your thumb in the middle, and then the 4 fingers in the back, and you just get a massage. Now this one is the pericardium. This is the remember I might not mention it today, but in the past I have. In the Chinese, they separate the fire, the heart, into two. One is for the mental side, one is for the physical side. The physical side is the pericardium. And so when it comes down here, this is actually very good for your heart, okay? And also for reducing blood pressure. Same thing over here, okay? All right. Okay, now we're gonna learn to scrape, okay? Covering all the, this area. Again, this side is yin, that side is yang. The yin side is the heart, mental side of the heart, pericardium, which is the physical side of the heart, and then right above is the lung. So you first scrape the center, then you move up and you feel the bone. It's on one side of the bone is the lung, the other side of the bone is the large intestine. So you take your knuckle, that's your scraping tool. You use the knuckle, you start at the elbow, you move along and until you get to the wrist. Then you come back to the elbow and then you go towards the wrist. Then you come back to the elbow again. Okay. Now that's the center line. Then we move up on one side of the bone is the lung. Again, we start at the elbow towards the wrist, back to the elbow, back to the wrist, and back to the elbow again. Okay. Now we're going to scrape the bone. Now the bone doesn't have any energy line. However, they cross. These energy lines, they're not just like one straight line. There's actually a lot of crossing between them. And so energy actually crosses over. And when you scrape the bone, if it's nice and smooth, that's good. But then sometimes you find like there's kinks in here. That's indication that your energy is just blocked. Okay. Now we're going to scrape on the other side of the bone. And then finally, we're going to scrape on top, which is the center line. And this one is called the triple warmer. Now we're going to scrape the back of the hand, scrape the fingers, scrape the thumb, the back of the hand, and you're going to scrape the center line, scrape the bone, scrape the inside, and don't forget the heart. So I'm going to scrape here all the way along, all the way back. Okay. Now you're going to find that I do this in the middle of the day whenever it's necessary. There's a lot of very difficult to describe kind of discomfort in your arm, and not necessarily pain like knife, but just uncomfortable. And you just kind of scrape it and you feel better. All right. Especially when you get ready to sleep. Often um, we just don't sleep well because the body is just aching and just disturb your sleep. So this is a good one, right? So we're going to continue the right side, center line, back to the wrist, one side of the bone, back to the wrist, back to, again on top of the bone, the other side of the bone, the center line, the back of the hand, okay, and then make sure you use the knuckle, huh? Make sure you use the knuckle. So you actually create a little bit of pain, some electricity even. Okay, use the knuckle. Okay, all right. So many of us have carpal tunnel, right? Carpal tunnel could just, even if you're a housewife like my mom, she has carpal tunnel just from working in the kitchen. Okay, just a repetitive function, right? And this is a very good one for that. All right. So let's continue. Same idea, and this one is more dynamic. We're actually sending energy out and then returning energy, action equal to reaction. So let's just do our standard um, um, uh, body work, which is stretch the spine towards the ceiling, open the shoulder, and then lean back, relax the shoulder, and then relax their entire body. Then we take the fingers, have all of them pointing towards the camera, okay? And then locking the elbow, we roll up the four fingers. These are the springs. We lock the springs down with the thumb. We wind up the springs, but we don't let it come out. We don't let it go yet. Okay. Wind it up and then get ready. One, as hard as you can. Two, as hard as you can. Three, four, five, six, seven, eight, nine, and 10. Come back. We're going to continue. Another exercise, very similar in concept. Action equal to reaction. So once again, back to the body, stretch your spine, open your shoulder, keep it open, lean back, relax. Now, this two energy point is called the gate to the cloud, which is the lung energy that starts at the thumb, runs along, and then enters into the body. So this is the last one before it enters in the body. So we take we take a hand, we form what is called a lotus hand. We take the thumb and the middle finger, and we squeeze tightly, and then we take the three fingers and we stretch them out. Then we take that and we put that on this energy point. And then once again, we open the shoulders, straighten out the spine. Now, back of the hand is facing the camera. Okay, now get ready. Make sure I don't hit anything. Get ready. One, back of the hand facing the camera, stretch out the fingers. Back to the lotus hand, middle finger and thumbs pressing. Three fingers stretch out. Put that on the gate to the cloud. Open the shoulders, straighten up your back. Get ready. Two, three, four, five, six, seven, eight, nine, 10. Okay, so this one is actually really good for frozen shoulder. Frozen shoulder. So over time, we develop some really pain around here, and sometimes you can't even lift a shoulder. Okay, it can take years to recover. And then frozen shoulder and carpal tunnel. The end result is that the doctor says, "Well, we're going to inject some steroid into there to reduce the inflammation." Wait a minute, your body is full of steroid already, so why do you need external steroid? Right? The body that puts out steroid, and it's called cortisol, right? Cortisol. Hydrocortisol is what you put on your your body when you have itching, right? So cortisol itself is steroid. You're full of it. So why do you need more? Well, that's because you're under stress all the time, and your body is not resting, and so your body developed what is called the cortisol resistance. It is no longer sensitive to your own steroid. So a big part of what we do here is to maintain that balance between yin and yang, so that you learn to put out stress hormone when you need to, and you learn to restore your body so that you restore the sensitivity to the steroid. Okay, so we're going to continue to do that, right? So it's and it gets to the last part where we start doing abdominal breathing. Okay, ultimately to restore the harmony in your body. All right, so now we're going to work on the neck up. And then when we get to the top of the head, we're going to do some tapping. And then we're going to tap all the way down to the bottom of the feet, going through these different energy points. So first, we're going to learn how to massage the neck. Okay. All right. Okay. So stretch your spine. Always do this. Open your shoulder, lean back the upper torso, relax your shoulder, and then relax your somewhat. Now, a very important energy point for the 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 nerve on top of your head is right here. So let's take your hand, lock it, put that in the back of our skull, sit up straight, take a thumb, feel the bone, and then when it comes down, the first cavity is called the pond of chi, pond of wind. Okay, pond of wind. Okay, the wind is something your body can feel, but you cannot see, you cannot taste, you cannot um, see, taste, and smell. So this is an important one. So let's take a thumb, press in with the thumb as if you're squeezing a rubber hose. You lean back the neck so you provide the pressure, and just hold it, and then relax. Now take the right thumb, put that on top of the left energy point. Press down with the four fingers, lean back your neck, and then grab that muscle, the tendon on the left side, and pull it towards the right. Now you take the same thing, press down, and then pull that muscle towards the left. Okay. Now you take your hand, you put that below your ear. There's an energy point here, and you kind of massage until you get to that tendon, the muscle, and you keep pulling it onto the right. And then same thing, bottom of the ear. Okay, now that's the muscle on the left side. On the right side, you keep pulling that towards the left. Back here, again, back here, again. Now you take the right hand, you put that on top of the ear, you come down to the energy point. You take this on top, come down, and then come down, and then come down. Now you take your thumb again, lock your fingers, and then now you massage this energy point. Okay, massage. Now you move towards the bottom of your ear until you get on top of a piece of bone. So this is an important energy point if you want to improve your sleep. Okay, and just gonna massage that. Then you come back, massage both points with your one hand. Move down towards the middle of your neck. There's two energy points here. Massage. Back to the palm of wind. And then in the middle, massage that. That's called a hall of wind, like the dining hall. Okay. Now, again, top of the ear, bottom of the ear. Okay. Now we're going to learn to massage a shoulder. Now, very easy to find. Okay, this is the shoulder, the well on the shoulder. You take your four fingers and you press in. Okay, you feel it, right? Very simple, right? Okay, now then you reach back, you feel that bone. You go further down, there's another cavity there, and you just kind of press in. Now, if you don't have enough strength, again, using the old trick, take your left hand and just kind of put on that on the elbow. Okay, all right, and then just kind of massage, massage, massage. Now back to the right side, in the top, massage, and then reach back to the bone. Further down, there's a cavity. Again, using your right hand. So you have some anchor point here, and then you kind of massage, and then just kind of like this. Okay, so this is very important to kind of release that um, the stress that you accumulated in the neck and then further up. All right, so let's just learn how to massage your face now. So look at the hair, see the big old circle here, kind of put that together, put that in front of your face, the side of the face, the forehead, top of the head, back of the head, lower part, and then to the neck, come back to the face, and then top of the ear. Okay, now a very important energy line in here that goes from the very back, travel up your spine, and then all the way to here is called a um, um, what is that called? Governing vessel. That's the main yang energy line. Everything else just come to that and then travel to the top of the head. And then um, and then next to that is the energy line that is they name after the bladder. Next to that is the one that we name after gallbladder. So we need to learn how to massage the head like this. Now we're going to learn how to massage your face. Okay, all these energy come to the face, right? Because the face is facing the sun. So now you're going to know that there's a lot of energy point around your eye, right? A lot of the problem that we have our eye, whether it's glaucoma, uh, um, nearsightedness, even has to do with the nerve, and all these energy points around is important. So you take your index finger, you start at the beginning of the eyebrow. Okay, you press down, you feel that there's a cavity there. You sit up straight, you use your neck muscle a little bit, provide some pressure, and just hold it. Okay, now you take your two fingers, you put that in between the eyebrow, and you massage the eyebrow and what's on top of the eyebrow as if you're squeezing toothpaste. Then you do the same thing below the eye, starting at the corner to the tail, right below the eye bag, very gently. Same thing on the other side, very gently. Then there's an energy point right above the corner of your eye. So you start at the corner of your eye, you move up, right? You see that you feel the bone, right? And there's if you and you feel a little bit of, like a cavity there, a hole in there. You just press down on that. This is called the bright eye. Okay, it actually release the pressure inside your eyeball. So now we're going to do some exercise with the eyeball. Let's close your eye. Let's turn the eyeball up, looking up, right, looking right, down, left, up, right, down, left, up, right, down, left, up. Okay, now we're going to do the other way. Okay, counterclockwise. Left, down, right, up, left, down, right, up, left, down, right, up, and release. Okay, a little bit brighter, right? Okay, now we're going to take two fingers, put that at the corner of the eye, very gently go down to the corner of the mouth until it meets in the chin. Okay, now we're going to two fingers and put that outside of the nostril. This is called the welcome fragrance. So this is very good for your sinus. And then finally, four fingers on the neck. Very important to massage that gently. This has a lot to do with high blood pressure. This is the part that actually senses the oxygen to your brain, right? This is on top of the artery. And if you don't get enough oxygen into the brain, you have high blood pressure. And when the doctor gives you high blood pressure, when they knock it down, you're still not getting enough brain oxygen into the brain, right? No one bothers to solve the problem. Just they want to solve the symptom. Okay. All right. So now we continue back to the palm. There's an energy point here. It's a very important one. It's called the chamber of labor, right? This is the only one that puts out positive energy. And so whenever you wanted to, you think that you're helping people, right? Give them a massage when they are under a lot of pain, and you need to use that. That's the time when you need to focus on that. You need to focus on that and just put those two energy points together like this. Focus on it, Focus on it. Focus on it. Bring out that positive energy. Then you take your palm, you put that in front of your eye. You close the finger as tight as you can so that no visible light is leaking through the fingers. Then you open your eye and you see nothing but darkness. And then the second time, as soon as your eye is um, acclimated to the infrared light, the second time you're going to feel the heat. Now get ready, close it as hard as you can, put that in front of your eye, open your eye, and you feel the heat one last time. And put that in front of the eye. Okay, now put that on top of your temple, massage your temple, massage your face again, back to the temple. Okay, now we're going to learn to massage the ear. So ear has three parts, top, middle, bottom. Now the top part is the opposite of your body. So the top is actually more like your kidney and your adrenaline. And there's an energy point right here that is named the same as the energy point here. It will help you sleep. Okay, so put it here, four fingers in the back, squeeze. Put the thumb in the middle, four fingers in the back, squeeze. Take the index finger, put that below and squeeze. And then put that on the tip, massage, yank, put that on the outside, the rim, put that on the ear loop, yank. Now we're going to do one more that we haven't done that much, which is you take the index finger, you put that outside your ear. You see this indentation here? Okay. And then you take your thumb and you put that below your ear, right? That energy point. So it's like this, okay? And you just kind of massage both of them. Now we're going to learn to massage the back of the ear, which again has to do with your high blood pressure. So you take one finger, you put that on your ear. You take the other one, you put it on the skull, and you're going to massage that. Same thing on the other side. Okay, going to do one more thing, and then we're ready for meditation. Okay, all right. So you take your palm, you put that behind your ear. You do three things: you stretch, you massage, and then you pop. Okay, get ready. One, two, and three. Okay. All right. So now we're going to learn to meditate, and we're going to learn to breathe with our lower stomach and meditate at the same time. So there's actually three parts to this. First, we're going to calibrate the body, then we're going to calibrate the breathing, and then finally, we're going to calibrate our mind. Okay. So for those of you who heard me talk about the eight limbs of yoga, that's how yoga is actually practiced in India. Not just asana, not just the body. It's the body, the chi, and the mind, and the breath, and all of that. Right? It's got eight limbs, eight different aspects to it. So we're gonna first learn to calibrate our body. So when I'm traveling, you can't see my whole body as much as you can when I'm at home. But first of all, we're going to divide our body into seven parts. The first part are the legs. So we sit like the bell, which means that the legs are the pedestal to the bell. So we sit with the legs firmly on the ground. If you're on the chair, your bottom of your feet should be firmly on the ground, and you sit like I am, then you want to make sure that if your knees are not touching your mat, you want to make sure that you put some pillows and blankets so you're not using any muscle. The legs are the pedestal, okay? Then your hands should be just resting on your knee, on your thigh, on your calf, anywhere. And if you want to use mudra, just make sure that you rest them. Don't use muscle. And then the third one is the spine. So you want to focus at the bottom of your spine and you move along the spine towards the top of the head, towards the ceiling, stretching the spine as much as you can, as if you're hanging the little clapper inside the bell onto the ceiling. Like you hang the spine onto the ceiling. Then you open up your shoulder. Then you lean back the upper torso and then you relax. Now your spine is supporting the weight, not the muscle. Finally, you want to move your forehead back until the ears on top of the shoulder. So again, you're not using the neck muscle. You're just balancing that bowling ball on top of a bamboo stick, right? But then now you want to just slightly adjust that by looking down, tucking in the chin. So the top of the head is facing the sky. We call this one pillar supporting the sky. You are now the center of the universe. Universe is unbound. Anywhere is a center. So I am now the center of my universe. Then you get to the last two. You relax your forehead, relax your eyebrow, relax your eyelid. Think about that baby. They're sleeping, they don't shut the eye, they just relax the eyelid. So you can actually see through your eyelashes, you can see your knee, the floor, and then finally is the tongue. So it's very important that I talk about this energy line that comes down, called the yang, and then it connects to the yin. So you take the tip of the tongue and you put it behind here. There's an energy point called the center of being, and it's right where the teeth meets the roof of the mouth, and you just touch to connect to the electrical path. But it does something else. It actually reactivates your saliva gland, forcing your autonomous system into rest and digest. It also naturally let all your saliva flow into your stomach and not into your air passage. Okay, just keep it there. Now that's the body. Now we move from the body to the breathing, which is the foundation of qi. We focus on a breath. We feel a breath, one breath at a time. I know I'm breathing in. I know I'm breathing out. Now you anchor your mind onto your belly button. As soon as you know that you're breathing in, you use your mind as if you're taking that belly button and push it all the way across the room. You will notice that your body would follow. As you do that, the diaphragm is pushing down, opening your stomach. Then, as soon as you know that you're breathing out, you take that belly button and you take it all the way back to your back. Your body again will follow. The diaphragm is pushing up and you're collapsing your stomach. So let's do that for about 3 minutes. Stay focused on the breathing. Breathing in, move belly button forward. Breathing out, move belly button backward. One breath at a time. Okay, now we're going to continue and let's just focus on the practice for now, and I'll explain all the mechanics after. Okay, we're going to sit for 7 minutes, but this time we're just going to observe our breathing without focusing on the belly button. Know that we're breathing in, know that we're breathing out. Your stomach actually follows all by itself. It's got that muscle memory now. So when you breathe in, the stomach opens, diaphragm is pushing down. When you breathe out, stomach collapses, diaphragm is pushing up, right? Ever so slightly. Now I want you to focus on the back of your spine, the very lower part of your spine. As soon as you know that you're breathing in, you move up the spine towards the top of the head, stretch your upper torso, and then as soon as you know that you're breathing out, you start at the forehead and you come down to the belly button, but then you lean back your upper torso, relaxing the shoulder. When you get to your stomach, you wait, and then when you breathe in again, you stretch your spine, move up to the top of the head, lifting up your shoulders slightly. When you breathe out, you start at the forehead. You come down to the belly button, you lean back the upper torso, you relax, letting go of the shoulder. Okay? Breathe in, move up, lift the upper torso, stretch towards the ceiling. Breathe out, lean back, relax, let it come back to the belly button. Let's sit like that for 7 minutes, and then I'll explain the finer details of that after we finish. Let's just focus on the practice. Breathe in, stretch the spine. Breathe out, lean back the upper torso and relax. Back to the belly button. Breathe in, start at the bottom of the spine, move up towards the top of the head, stretch the upper torso. Breathe out, lean back the upper torso, come back to the belly button, completely relax. Okay, open your eyes, put your hands together, massage, wake up this body. Okay, so I mentioned how one of the student during one of the night session asked the question, which is why I'm doing this swing arm exercise. Can I watch TV? Can I listen to music? Can I listen to podcasts and all that? And my answer is there's no right or wrong, right? There's no right or wrong. We are on the same journey together. Everybody decide where they want to get off. And if all you wanted to do is exercise your body, create, improving your circulation, that's one stop. But if you want to go further than that and explore the rest of the journey, that's a different stop, multiple stops, right? And so what I'm explaining is that it's very important here that we don't just focus on a body. We focus on a body and we focus on a mind. And with understanding that the energy is the bridge between a body and a mind. All right. So back to this abdominal breathing exercise. There was a very famous report just came out recently that separate a large group of people, elderlies, and half of them spending 20 minutes or so, whatever it is, just listen to music, relax. And then the other half actually learning how to do abdominal breathing, breathing in, breathing out, focus on the breath. And they have one metric, which is something called the heart rate variability, measuring your heart rate. Now, it turns out that if your heart rate is steady, it's actually not good. Your heart rate should vary. It goes higher a little bit, faster a little bit, and goes slower a little bit, depending on whether you are in the rest and the digest or the fight or flight. Okay, and the more variation between them, it means that in our language, in the language of the Eastern practitioner, is that there is more harmony between the yin and the yang, right? So when we're sitting like this and we focus on the breath, first we start with the body, always start with the body, then we focus on the breath and notice how the breathing goes in and out, goes in and out of your stomach, and the diaphragm's moving, massaging your internals and all that. It's actually a very complicated mechanism. But the point is that you focus on the bottom of your spine. As soon as you breathe in, you stretch your spine. You take the shoulder with you, right? So you stretch your spine, you take the shoulder with you. You are entering into the sympathetic. You are now in fight or flight, creating stress hormone, creating a natural steroid, which is what you need to reduce inflammation. Then when you breathe out, you lean back, you relax your shoulder. Now you're entering into parasympathetic, the rest and digest. And here is where you restore restoration. What are you restoring? You're restoring sensitivity to your cortisol. So you breathe in, you stretch, you breathe out, you lean back, right? Always focusing on this, noticing the stomach, right? So that will improve the heart rate variability. And in that particular study, they focus on your brain, they're focusing on dementia. And they find that people who do abdominal breathing actually have, and then they have another marker that they measure in terms of the likelihood that you would have dementia, and they find out that it reduces the chances that you would have dementia. Dementia is just inflammation, right? The same study can be done if you wanted to know if people would have heart attack or stroke or arthritis, all of that, right? Or fatty kidney, liver, and all that. It's all inflammation. So this is a very good exercise. Okay, a very very good exercise. All right. So let's do. We might run over time a little bit because I do want to do the I Ching Ching. I do want to do stretching and lying down meditation, but I also want to um, show how we tap the body. So maybe since I can't do everything, let's just focus on the lower body. Okay. Very often we work on the upper body and then we forgot the lower body. So let's learn to tap on the lower body. When we tap on the upper body, we're mainly working on the lung and the heart. Okay. And when we work on the lower body, we're mainly working um, on the liver, the 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 kidney and so forth. All right. So again, yin and yang. Inside is yin, outside is yang, both here, here, and in the back. All right, so let's focus on above the knee. Take 2 points, use a soft fist, okay? Get ready, 30 times. Okay, second energy point. Okay, so I mentioned the upper body is more about the lung and the heart, right? More about the cardio and your breathing, and the lower body is more about your what's the word that I just had it. Okay, so get ready. This is this is the liver. This is the opposite of the liver, which is something we name after gallbladder. Get ready. Close your knee. Go. Okay, second one. Okay, now so these two energy points are very well known. They reduce your chance of having a stroke. Again, it has to do with inflammation. And then below the knee, we have three energy points. So if you take your fingers, you slide up and and until you meet the knee, right? It's right here. This is also very famous. It improves your immunity overall. Get ready. Okay, in the middle. A lot of people have gao. Gao is just another form of inflammation. And so this energy point is called a hanging bell. You will feel some sensation on your toes. Okay, get ready. Okay, so this is the gallbladder. This is the stomach in front. And again, these are abstraction. Okay, it's not necessarily just the organ, but the energy line. So we're back to the knee. We measure 4 fingers. You locate the bone here. Right next to the bone facing in front is a very, very famous energy point. This one and that one, if you go to the acupuncturist, they always put needles in here, improve your immunity. Get ready, go. The word that I'm looking for is metabolic. So all the energy line or energy points in the lower part of the body has to do with metabolic. Get ready. More measure 4 fingers. Bone next to the bone. Let's get ready. Go. Okay. And then there's a very important energy point in the calf, right below the calf. This is part of the part of the bladder energy line. This one in particular, there's been a study from UCSF correlating that with dementia, and they find that your calf, this area deteriorates when the people are suffering from dementia. So this is a very good point. Now, one of the exercises I'd like to introduce to you, this is especially good when you're watching TV, is you use the knee on the right side. You take the calf, you put that on top, and then you just kind of do that, massage that point. This is called the second heart. Okay, and then same thing on the other side, massage that point. Okay, and now we come back, and then we do this 30 times. And then the other side. And then finally, one last energy point that we want to work on is a very important one. It's called the gushing spring. This is right here. Okay. So if you take your bottom of your feet minus the toes, divide it into three parts. The upper part's right here, just below the ball area. And you push down really hard with two thumbs. And you push down really hard. This is the beginning of the uh, kidney energy line. And then you take your hand, you form empty hand, you put that on top. So this energy point that we were working on, this is the chamber of labor, is the heart. That's fire. This one is kidney. That's water. So this is called mixing the water and fire. Imagine that when you're farming, when you're uh, growing vegetable, the middle between the fire, which is the sun, or the water, which is what's below the soil, right, is where you grow, where you promote life. So this is how we run. Get ready. 30 times. Continue. Okay. Now the other side. Press in with your thumb, and then 30 times. Continue. Okay. Now there are two things that you need to pay attention to if you want to maintain good health. One is the bottom of your feet. You want to make sure that the bottom of your feet is nice and warm, and that means that your circulation is very good. When your circulation is not good, your body prioritizes, it's not sending any blood to your bottom of your feet. Okay, so it gets really, really cold. So not having it warm, nice and warm, is good. The other one is make sure that your inside your mouth is nice and wet, which means that you're not under stress. You know how to relax and energize your fight or flight. I mean, your rest and digest, right? And the enzyme in your saliva is very important for your health and your immunity. Okay, and so two things: the bottom of your feet, and then make sure that inside your mouth is very dry. You notice I don't drink water because having saliva inside your mouth is that you're self hydrating. I do drink water at the very end, and the reason I do that, and I often had to remind myself to tell you that, make sure you drink some water when you finish exercising, okay? But the right kind of water. Don't drink tea or coffee or anything that has caffeine, or just pure water, and make sure that it's mineral water and not um, make sure there's plenty of mineral in it. Okay, and it just cleans your body, right? Because you're working your body, your kidney and your liver is doing the best it can to absorb all the toxins that you release through the exercise, and you just need to wash it out. All right. Okay, so now we're going to do some stretching. Okay, now the stretching is less about the muscle and more about stretching the energy lines. Most important is the back. So the back is the energy line that we name after the bladder, which is the one that supports the kidney. Okay. So it's less about stretching the legs and more about bending the back. All right. And you need to focus on three things: your body, your breathing, and your mind. Remember those eight limbs of yoga, right? So this is in fact a traditional yoga practice. So first we're going to just relax the heel, left, right, left, right, left, right, left, right, left, right, left, right, and then rotate clockwise and then counterclockwise. Okay, now we're ready for some stretching, breathing exercise. So first, You sit with your legs straight like this, and you straighten your back. Very important to straighten your back because this is all about breathing, right? Now, you follow the center of your palm. You anchor your mind onto the center of your palm. Let me describe it first. So you focus on the center of your palm. You bring it up. You breathe in. You close your mouth, right? You breathe in all the way out. Then you breathe out all the way down. You hold your breath and you stretch forward. One, hold your breath. Two, hold your breath. Three, hold your breath. All this time keeping the back straight and just pushing forward. And then as soon as you get ready to release, you take a deep breath in. Then you take a deep breath out by opening your mouth. Go empty out all your toxins in your body. Then you close your mouth again, and then you take one more breath, a natural breath. Relax. Okay, get ready? Straighten your back. Focus on the center of your palm. Breathe in. Breathe out. Push forward. One, two, hold it. Three, hold it. Relax. Breathe in. Breathe out. Close your mouth. One more breath in. Okay, like that, huh? Okay, get ready. Make sure you stretch, you sit up straight. Get ready. Breathe in. Breathe out. Forward. One, hold it. Two, hold it. Three, hold it. Relax. Breathe in. Breathe out. Close your mouth. Natural breathing. One last time. Breathe in. Breathe out. Forward. One, two, and three. Hold it. Relax. Breathe in. Breathe out. Sit up straight. One more natural breath. Okay. Now, right leg out, left leg the bottom touching your thigh. You sit up straight. You take your left hand, you hold down your right knee. Then you follow the center of your palm on the right side. Get ready. Straighten up your back. Breathe in. Breathe out. Stretch forward. Push. One, two, hold it. Three, hold it. Relax. Breathe in. Breathe out. Close your mouth. Completely relax. Second time. You ready? Breathe in. Breathe out. Press forward. One, two, three. Hold it. Relax. Breathe in. Breathe out. Close your mouth. One last time. Breathe in. Breathe out. Forward. One, two, and three. Relax. Sit up straight. Breathe in. Breathe out. One last time. Breathe in. Breathe out. Forward. One, two, and three. Hold it. Relax. Breathe in. Sit up straight. Breathe out. Relax. Now to the left foot. Right one touching the inner thigh of your left foot. Right hand pushing down on your left knee. Follow the left hand. Get ready. Breathe in. Breathe out. Forward. One, two, and three. Hold it. Relax. Sit up straight. Empty your stomach. And then completely relax. Second time. Breathe in. Breathe out. Forward. One, two, and three. And breathe in. Breathe out. Completely relax. One last time. Breathe in. Breathe out. One and two and three. Hold it. Relax. Breathe in. Sit up straight. Breathe out. Close your mouth. One more breathing. Okay. Maybe one last time. Breathe in. Breathe out. Forward. One, two, and three. Hold it. And breathe in, breathe out, relax. Okay, now back to the right. Take your left and have the bottom of your feet facing back. Sit up straight, press down on your right knee, follow the left hand or right hand. Breathe in, breathe out. Forward. 1, 2, 3. Hold it. Relax. Empty your stomach. Relax. Second time. Breathe in. Breathe out. 1 and 2 and 3. Hold it. Relax. Completely relax. Restore yourself to the rest and digest. One last time. Breathe in. Breathe out. 1 and 2 and 3. Hold it. Breathe in. Breathe out. Close your mouth. Okay, left. Get ready. Breathe in. Breathe out. 1, 2, 3. Breathe in. Breathe out. Relax. Second time. Breathe in. Breathe out. 1, 2, and 3. Hold it. And breathe in. Breathe out. Relax. One last time. Breathe in. Breathe out. Forward. 1, 2, 3. Hold it. Relax. Breathe in. Breathe out. Okay. Hard part is yet to come. Bottom the feet touching. Hold the feet together. Bring it towards yourself. Take the elbow, push down on the calf. As you press forward 3 times, you open up your hip. Okay, get ready. Hold your breath. 1, 2, forward, 3. Breathe in, breathe out, relax. Bring it back some more. Press down with your elbow. Open your hip. Okay, get ready. Forward. 1, 2, 3. Breathe in, breathe out, relax. One last time. Bring in as close as you can. Get ready. 1. This is the last time. 2, 3. Relax. Take a deep breath. I lied. There's more. Take your feet. Left, right, left, right, left, right. Circle. Clockwise. 2 more times. This is really the end. Breathe in. Breathe out. Forward. 1, 2, 3. Relax. Breathe in. Breathe out. One last time. I promise. I promise. Breathe in. Breathe out. It's so easy now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Breathe in. Breathe out. Okay. You deserve a rest. So let's learn how to sleep properly. Many of you who follow Whitney session on the swing arm exercise, we do it to improve our sleep. I talk about how to sleep properly. I invited you to join us on Saturday. So first of all, you find the right pillow so that you're not looking down like this, you're not looking up, you're just perfectly looking at the ceiling. You stretch, you relax. You take your right hand, you massage the top of the head. Okay? Massage your face. Get ready for a good night's sleep by meditating. You turn to your side, left or right, doesn't matter. I prefer the right. You stretch again. You look down,
So you're looking at the belly button. You stretch your leg like this. Then you move it just slightly, bend it just slightly so the knee is on top of the thigh, and then the other knee is at the beginning of your lower part of your leg. So you're not touching bone. Bones are not touching bone. If you like, you can take your right hand or your left hand, doesn't matter, the one on the bottom, and you put that on top of your head, and then massage it slightly. Then you take the other hand, just kind of press in on your belly button. You lean forward a bit, so you're putting some pressure on your belly. And all you have to do is focus on your stomach as you breathe in, as you breathe out. One breath at a time. That's it. Okay? Just focus on that. You do this for 3 minutes, and then we're going to do the Qigong exercise. This will put you to sleep very quickly. Not only that, but it will improve the quality of your sleep. Okay, open your eyes. Get up very slowly, very mindfully. We're going to finish the class by doing the Qigong exercise called Jing. We do this every other week. And today you cannot see my uh, entire body, so you have to use imagination a bit, okay? And let me see if I can adjust that properly. All right, so now we're going to start. It's a very energetic exercise, so if you're tired, you can just kind of skip this and maybe do that on your own. Just rest, okay? If you're not too tired, then you can do this. Now, first you stand, you check the bottom of your feet. The width of the feet should be the width of your shoulder. And you stand firmly,
right? Then you take the feet and you rotate it 45 degrees so the toes are pointing inward. Then you loosen up your knee. This is called goat stand. I've never seen a goat stand like this, but that's what it's called. Okay, and this is important. This is the opposite of sitting. Remember when I say when we sit, we don't use muscle? When we stand, we use muscle. Standing is the fire element, sitting is the earth element. So here you bend your knee because you want to use the calf. In the end, when we jump, it's all about the calf. Okay, now then you stretch your spine, same as what we do when we sit. You open your shoulder, you lean back slightly, you loosen up your shoulder, you lean back the forehead, you tuck in your chin, so you're looking at the floor, right? And you check the inside your mouth. And if it's dry, put the tip of the tongue behind here. Make sure it's nice and wet. The first one, the first form is called spirit boosting palm. You take the palm, you put it towards center of palm towards the earth. You lean back slightly so that you form the plane. And so when you push down, you send a shock wave through your spine. You make sure that you're not looking, you're just looking down, but your head is not like this. Your head is actually back, chin is in, so eyes are looking down, but the top of the head is on top of the central nervous system. And then when I say go, you check to see if your mind is at the center of your palm, and together, body and mind, you go boom like this, and then you relax. Okay, get ready? Mind, body together, go. And then relax, focus on the breathing. One breath at a time. After two breaths, right? You see what we're doing? We're cycling between the rest and digest and the fight or flight. So when we push, it's fight or flight, and then immediately we come back to rest and digest, creating that harmony. Okay, get ready? Go. Back to the breathing. Completely focus on the breath. And then one last time, open your shoulder. Go. And then relax. The next one is called pointing. Point is the same word for point is the thumb. So you take your thumb, you point it to this energy point without touching. All you're trying to do is create that the circular energy path. You roll up your fingers and you focus on your thumb as if you're hanging two buckets of water on the thumb. And you lift up those two buckets of water, bending the thumb as hard as you can for upward. And then you relax the fingers without lowering your hand. You focus on your breathing. So this energizes the large intestine, right? So in modern language, it's part of the detox. Second time, lift up your thumb as hard as you can. Hold it, and then relax. Back to the breathing. One last time. Hold it, and then relax. Lower your hand. Completely relax. The next one is called beginner's mind. It's the baby's mind. It's what the baby does when they're inside the mother's womb, creating the energy so that they can for the formation of the internals. So you take your thumb, you put it across, so the tip of the tongue is below the index finger. Then you roll up your fingers and you squeeze your finger by holding the fist really tight. Get ready? Squeeze. And then relax without lowering your hand. So this energizes the heart and the pericardium. Second one, again, fingers across, roll up your fist and squeeze. And then relax. For people who have to overcome their high blood pressure, there's a tool that we put in here and you squeeze that, right? Same idea. Okay. One last time. And you squeeze. And then you relax, lower your hand. Now we're going to take a deep breath. We're going to start from below the belly button. There's energy point for the sea of chi, all the way to here, the center of being. Remember that? Okay. So you put your fists together like this. Okay. And you breathe in. And then you relax. Now you bring your elbow together. This is about stretching the back. The back has a lot of energy point. The one that we talk about in the past is hidden. And this is for thousands of years, the Chinese believe that if the virus ever get in there, there's no more cure. So you want to exercise that point. It's right behind the shoulder blade. Okay. Now you bring your elbows together and you stretch your back and then you relax. Back to the breathing. After two breaths, second time, stretch your back and then relax. One last time. And you stretch your back and then you relax. Now, the next one is called fists on top of the head. All you're doing is focus on the fist, open your shoulder, bring the fist above the head, open the fingers. Okay, this is very cardio, so you want to make sure that you're relaxing the fingers, let the blood flow into your fingers, right? And you're creating some gravitational difference, right? The height difference. Now you take your hand, you roll the fist one joint, two joint, you lock it with your thumb, you open your shoulder, and you squeeze as hard as you can, pushing all the blood back into the heart, and then you relax. Let the blood come back up to the fingers. Second time, and you squeeze as hard as you can, and then you relax. One last time, you squeeze as hard as you can, and then you relax. You can feel your blood coming, flowing back into your fingers. The next one is called stabbing the shoulder. What you're really doing is you're creating a straight line between the bottom of your feet called gushing spring. The springs are gushing up to the top of the shoulder is called a well of the shoulder. And then this energy point, right? Remember this one? You form a straight line. So, which means that you have to open your shoulder, which also means that you have to imagine grabbing a dagger and you're pointing the dagger onto your shoulder and you stab. Now you feel the back of your neck, those two energy points that I talk about, that is called the palm of wind. You feel the tightness there. So you're sending signal, you're sending your oxygen into your brain, and then you relax. Second time, open your shoulder, grab the dagger, point the dagger onto your shoulder, and you stab, and then you relax. One last time, open your shoulder, and you stab, and then you relax. Next one is called the cross. You imagine you have two trees on the side. You first roll your wrists. Remember those energy points on the wrist? Then you roll your fist, you take a deep breath, and you push, stretching the upper part of your arm called the triple warmer, and then you relax. After two breaths, wrist, fist, take a deep breath, and you push, and then relax. One last one. Wrist, fist, take a deep breath, and you push, and then you relax. Then it's called a front hanging. So lock your elbow. There's a wall in front now. Wrist, fist, take a deep breath, and you push. In Chinese, called bang, avalanche, pushing the wall until as if you're pushing causing an avalanche in the mountain, right? Second time, push, relax. One last time, push, and then relax. Now, the next one is like doing chin up. So this is very important for your muscle, right? You don't want to have losing muscle here. So it's as if you're grabbing a horizontal bar. You look up a little bit and you pull yourself up using as much strength as possible and then relax. Losing muscle is the beginning of aging. Okay, get ready. Pull yourself up like this, and then relax. Focusing on your breathing, restoring your rest and digest. One last time. Pull yourself up, and then relax. Okay, next one, I call this ripping the yellow page. Imagine you put a yellow page here and you just grab on one half, then the other half, and you rip it apart and then relax. Second time, you rip it apart and then you relax. Check the inside your mouth, make sure it's nice and wet. And then one last time, rip and then relax. After two breaths, called swallowing the dawn, the fire. So you take your saliva and you swallow all the way down. Now, this is the time to check your ghost stand. Make sure your knees are not bent and not locked. Okay, and it's going to stay bent until the very end. Okay. Now, then this is actually important for the kidney, right? So you take your hand, the back of the hand touching like this, and then you bring it down. Okay, you lower your back, but not bending it. Right, your back is nice and straight, and you're not dipping your head. Your head is parallel to the floor and all the way down. Okay, back of the hand touching, squeeze, relax, back of the hand touching. Don't lock your knee now. Bend your knee. Second time, relax. Third time, relax. Turn your palm so palms are facing up. You focus on the center of your palm. You breathe in, the knees stay bent, and you breathe out, empty hand, right at the kidney. Then you breathe in, palm facing forward, lower your leg, focus on the rock in front of you, and you push. Then you take a deep breath, swallowing the universe. And then you completely relax. Relax some more. And then we need to sit. It's very important that we sit. So no matter how much time, um, how little time you have, you still need to sit. You still need to restore the rest and digest. So let's just focus on the breathing for 3 minutes. Let the body restore itself. It's very, very important. Okay. Okay, open your eyes. Once again, massage. So I imagine many of you are here for the first. If you're here for the first time, most likely you came from our nightly session on swinging arm, or if you've been here, we're following this practice for months and years, and you might have joined the nightly class already, also, either in real time or in recording, depending on your time zone. So this exercise that we do at night, it's actually a variation popularized by Master Lee, and it's slightly different from the old form. And but all I wanted to say today is he called it Ping Shui Gong. Gong is Qigong, right? Practice. Shui is just swing. That's what it means, right? We do a lot of that. It's just swing. And it has some of the benefit of what we do here, um, by swinging the arm and lifting up the shoulder and relaxing the shoulder and lifting up the shoulder, cycling between the fight or flight and rest and digest. So ultimately, it achieves the same purpose. Um, but what does ping means? The first word. That's that he introduced that. It didn't exist before. Now in Chinese, we one single word has no unique meaning. You need it depends on how you conjugate it. So that ping could means level, could means firm, could means many things. So at the very minimum, is a practice that kind of anchor your mind onto your body, right? And remove some of the mental obstacles so you have a smoother path. But ultimately, it means peace and tranquility. And the reason I want to mention that is that I call this the journey. I say there are many stops you can take, whichever stop you want, but ultimate journey is peace and tranquility. Because by having this opportunity to know about your body, your physical existence, and know about your mind, right? You're actually working towards a state of mind that is blissful. And the first thing that comes is gratitude. All of a sudden, you feel so lucky that you have your family, you have your health, you have your teacher, you have your fellow students. You feel a tremendous sense of gratitude. And then immediately after that is acceptance and forgiveness. You start to think that it's okay. It's okay. It's okay to forgive myself. It's okay to say that, yeah, I didn't do that well, but hey, I can do better. It's okay to forgive someone else. It's okay. Let it go. And then the next step for that is all of a sudden you feel like you want to share because of gratitude, because of forgiveness, and you want to share. You want to have some, you have something nice, you want to share with people. Ultimately, what you share is loving kindness, compassion, and empathy. So Master Lee, choose that word very carefully. Okay. All right. So I'm sorry for not answering any comments, only because I'm using a laptop now as opposed to a, I don't know, 25-inch screen. So my eyes, I can't see anything. But I understand. All right. So I'll look at it again. If there's something important, I'll try to answer it either on our insight timer circle or some other way. Okay. So with that, let's close by being very, very grateful for what we have, being very, very grateful to our family, to our loved ones, to this body, very, very grateful to our neighbors, to all the first line responders that are protecting us, not just in the city, but also in the battlefield, protecting us. We're going to learn to forgive ourselves, forgive others, accept ourselves as who we are, accept others as who they are. We want to share our merit today with our family, with our loved ones, with all the beings. We hope that someday they will be relieved of all the physical sufferings if they happen to be in war zones or they happen to be attacked by natural disasters or the hatred in the heart that they could be hurting people in the middle of a parade when we're celebrating victory. May they be relieved from the mental suffering. May they be protected by loving kindness, by compassion, by empathy. Namaste. May all you be blessed with peace, health, and happiness. The name of the circle is called Mindfulness Fellowship. Okay? All right. See you all next week. Bye bye. Thank you for all the donations.